Hey YouTube, I wanted to make a quick video about these electric mountain bikes that you can buy from online platforms like Amazon, Alibaba, Temu, AliExpress, because they seem like such an amazing deal, but obviously there's a catch somewhere and I'm going to try and explain what it could be. So first of all, this was 849 euros. It's called Eleglide M2 from amazon.co.com.be. But I've seen other versions that look exactly the same but with a different name. So I've seen it as called Waskral as the brand in Belgium from a chain store called Auto 5. I've seen them in supermarkets as well. If you buy it physically, I've seen them around 1,100, 1,200. So already it's almost 50% more if you buy it already assembled. I've made an unboxing video about this bike, so check that out because you can see the assembly was more than I expected to do. But first of all, what do you get for your money? It seems like such a good deal because you get hydraulic disc brakes, 24 gears, front suspension with lockout, a 48 volt battery, which is 15 amperes, and that's more than the usual cheapest entry level ones. That gives you a range of 125 kilometers compared to about 60 to 80 on the usual cheap online bikes. The catch is the warranty period on a lot of the parts is very short. So it's 6 months for the battery, 6 months for the screen. And already a few things have broke. I've managed to get them replaced on warranty. But it feels like the whole business model of this bike, they've done an analysis that they can sell the bike at a low price and even send replacement parts for the first few months and still make a profit, which is a really bad sign for the environment that they can just make really cheap stuff and then just keep sending it until the warranty's over, and that's how they're making a profit. So when I did the assembly, the bike didn't feel quite right. The instructions are very short. You've got about 12 pages in your guide for everything. And as you're assembling it, you think, is it supposed to be like this? That's what I kept asking myself. So all these wires that are hanging around, they were wrapped so tightly around the handlebars and front fork, and I thought it can't be like this. You can hardly steer, but you've got no way of knowing. Also, the disc was rubbing on the disc brakes, and again, often they're like that at the beginning, and then it just rights itself after you ride it a few times. But you keep asking yourself during the assembly, have I got this right? And if that's going to drive you nuts, don't buy it. Don't buy it online. Get it from the shop where it's already been assembled. So what broke? Firstly, the handlebar stem broke. That's a really weird part to break immediately as I'm doing the assembly. As I tightened both the screws, the thread inside just snapped, and then the handlebars had no pressure to hold them in place. Send them an email, they replaced it. And I thought to myself, what's going to break next? And unfortunately, it was the screen itself, the LCD screen that tells you the speed the bike's going, how much the battery is charged. And again, that's a weird part to break. It's just a screen, but it powers off now after I've been using it for a couple of minutes. It doesn't display any information. And again, they said, yeah, we'll just post it out. It'll be there in a couple of days. Other little problems I've had, it snowed in Brussels, and I don't know if you can see this chain, how brown it is. It's supposed to be silver, but it looks like a very, very cheap chain. And the cassette on the other side is also completely brown and rusty. It shouldn't be like that after 6 weeks. Another challenge I had was finding accessories that fit. If you go to the shop, you can get the right accessories at the same time. I couldn't find the back rack that fit over the back wheel. Back wheel's bigger because it's got the motor in it, so you need a wider back rack. I've just had to buy the normal one from Decathlon and stretch it over, but it doesn't feel very secure. Likewise, a basket at the front. Sounds like an obvious thing, but the handlebars are super fat, so you probably can't see it, but I've got plastic ties holding together the mechanism for the basket because it doesn't come with one and it doesn't suggest one that fits well. Lastly, I found the bike a bit too small. Now, I knew that from the start. Often these things don't quite match the specs that they say. This is an 18-inch frame. I thought I could lift up the handlebars more, but this post already has spacers underneath, and it's quite a short post at the bottom of the handlebars, so I can't raise it anymore. So it's a little bit small. On the whole, the bike is a good deal. I've been quoted €1,000 to electrify a normal bike in Brussels. So I take a mountain bike or a town bike to the shop, and it will be €1,000 to add a battery, a motor, and the LCD screen. This is 850 for everything. And the battery's super powerful. The range lasts as long as it says it can. You can delimit it as well. It tells you how to do it on the menu options, which is a legal grey area. It also comes with a throttle, which they call free gift. So I installed the throttle, which is here, so it allows me to move forward without pedaling for the assistance. Again, it's not legal in all countries. You need a special license for that or a number plate. So it's a good deal as long as you don't mind doing maintenance yourself and being prepared that some parts are going to fail. You're going to have to get them replaced in the first few months. But even then, you could take the parts off the bike and put them onto another bike, and you've still got a good deal. So I'm going to give the bike a 6 out of 10. If you've had this bike, put your experiences below, because the reviews on Amazon say it's the best bike ever, super reliable. I'm very suspicious about those reviews. So if you've had it, or you've had a bike that looks like this but under a different name like Wayscral or Top Bike or something like that, put your experiences below. Please like and subscribe. I've got more videos coming out reviewing electric bikes. Thanks.